Hey, Jordan English here. I needed to talk to you about something that is really important. It's preventing you from being successful, and it's a problem that you have. Your family knows it, your friends know it, your colleagues know it, even people that you run into on the street know it, but you don't. The problem is that you remember a past that is different from the reality. You see, we remember things based on what we want to remember. If you want to remember all the bad things in your life, you'll remember those and you'll be unhappy. If you want to remember the positive things and the things that have helped you grow, you'll remember those and you'll be happy. See, life is how you remember it. It isn't what actually happens because everyone's perspective of the same event is different. Just like you've heard the story about, let's say there was an accident on a boat with thousands of people. Each person gives an account of what happened. Eyewitnesses have different stories, and that's because we remember things different. You see, you can remember your past different just by changing what you want to remember. If you had a rough childhood, don't dwell on the rough parts, dwell on the positive parts of how you overcame those trials and obstacles that came up in your life. See, remembering those things will help you be happier and it will give you more of a foundation for success now. There's a lot of different things that happen in our lives. One example, I remember when I was in my first earthquake, I was so excited. I was sitting on a porch at someone's house with a friend of mine, and the ground started shaking, and I didn't know what it was at first. I thought he was just bouncing his leg, you know how people do that. So I told him, you're shaking the whole deck, because the whole deck was shaking. And he said, it's not me. And we look around, and we see the trees shaking, and I just thought it was the coolest experience ever. I was so excited to finally be in an earthquake. But then I noticed that the lady next door runs out of her house terrified. She looked like she felt the earth was going to fall apart and she was going to die. You see, that's the same experience. We were both in an earthquake. She was just right next door, but I was excited about it. It was my first one. She's probably been through a few of them, but she was terrified of it. And it wasn't that bad, really. Nothing, there was no damage or anything. But you see, it's the way that we experience things and we remember them. I'm sure if you think about it, there will be times in your life where you and a friend or you and a family member experience the same event, but you remember it different. You may have thought it was fun and the other may have thought it was boring. You see, you remember things that you want to remember, and your memories can change. Just like you've heard of hypnosis. With hypnosis, the hypnotist can suggest memories and they can be yours. He could suggest that you see something that's not there and you'll see it because that's what you choose to see. In your past, present, and future, what you choose to see is what you will see. If you choose to see poverty and negativity and just a horrible life and failure, then that's what you'll see and that's what you'll experience. But if you choose to see success and confidence and power, you'll experience that instead. It's all up to you. You see, and that's why you're not successful now, is because whether you realize it or not, you're choosing not to see success. You're choosing the life that you're in. You're choosing to remember the life the way you remember it. Once you change your mind on the way you view things, your whole entire world will change. Give it a try and let me know. Look forward to speaking with you again.